day of solving, we are going to take a look at inequalities. So a couple things to remember. Inequality solving is really, really similar, except there's a couple, you have to remember that what's after that log, that argument, they have to be greater than 0. So if you had log base A of B, B has to be greater than 0. So when I first take a look at these logs, I already know that x minus 8 has to be greater than 0, and 3x plus 4 has to be greater than 0. So if I solve this, x has to be greater than 8. Let's see, minus 4 and divide by 3, so x has to be greater than 4/3. Okay, so we know those two exist. And now let's say we were to solve this log right here. Like if we were to act like we were going to just solve it like we did yesterday, you would say, well, adding goes back to multiplying. So really, log of 2 of x minus 8 equals 3x plus 4. So 2x minus 8, oops, I forgot the log over here, equals 3x minus 4. Excuse me, less than or equal to. Inequalities here. So let's see, if I subtracted 2x, over here I would add 1x, add 4 to each side, minus 2x minus 2x. Again, you guys are good at that algebra. Negative 4. So divide by 1, so negative 4. So x has to be greater than negative 4. So now we just have to compare all of these. So I know it has to be greater than negative 4/3, greater than 4, and greater than 8. So like if I think of a number line, I know x has to be greater than 8, has to be greater than negative 4, and it has to be greater than negative 4/3. So the only place it has to be would be right here, because it has to meet all of those criteria. So our final answer would be x has to be greater than 8. So let's take a look at this side, this next one. Okay, so our first argument, what do we have to check? Well, 2x plus 6 has to be greater than 0. So minus 6, so 2x has to be greater than negative 6. So x has to be greater than negative 3. And now let's solve this. So let's see, to get rid of that log, an exponent with base of 2 on each side. So to the third, log base 2 of 2x plus 6. Okay, so 2x plus 6 has to be greater than 8, minus 6, so 2x is greater than 2. So x has to be greater than 1. All right, so if I was to graph this, x has to be greater than negative 3. And this one here, x has to be greater than 1. So where's the only place that works? Is x has to be greater than 1, because it has to match up with both of those. All right, the next one here. If we take a look at this next one, exponentials don't have restrictions, so we can solve this one like we normally do. So add 4, so 3 to the x plus 2 is greater than 27. So what would we do? Log base 3 on each side is greater than 27, 3 to the x plus 2. So this side we just have x plus 2. And I bet we could figure this out without a calculator. Log base 3 of 27 equals something. So 3 to that something equals 27. So that side is just 3. All right, minus 2, so x has to be greater than 1. Okay, and then we're going to find the inverse. So our inverse here, again, we switch our x and y. So x equals 3 times 2 to the x plus 1 minus 4. Okay, so let's start by adding 4. So x plus 4 equals 3 times 2 to the x plus 1. Divide by 3. So x plus 3 divided by 3 equals 2 to the x plus 1. Okay, well, now we're going to take log base 2 to each side. So that side's gone. So now we have, I'll write it over here. Sorry, we're running out of room. X plus 3 over, actually this is x plus 4. Sorry, you guys, I don't know why I switched that. X plus 4 over 3 equals just our exponent, x plus 1. And then we just need to subtract 1. So log base 2 of x plus 4 over 3 minus 1 equals y. I am struggling with these letters. I totally forgot to switch it to a y here. I apologize, you guys. Switch the x and y, my bad. And again, you'll see it with our inverse notation instead. So our next inverse, switch our x and y. Let's see if I can do it right this time. 2y plus 3. There we go, I got it. So subtract 10 off of each side. I'm going to rewrite this as log base e. Okay, so if it's base e, so e is our base of our exponent. So log base e of 2y plus 3, x minus 10. So e to the x minus 10 equals 2y plus 3. So then we would subtract 3 and divide by 2. And I might switch it just to the inverse right now. To the x minus 10 minus 3 over 2 equals our inverse.